Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Taiwan. It is 07:53 hours, 7:53 in the morning, and it's a beautiful Wednesday morning. And you'll notice that I have moved some of my icons around down in the very lower left of the screen. That's usually where Periscope comments appear on the Periscope app, but it doesn't really matter. I have put the three major platforms that I use. Good morning, Ken. How are you? It's always a pleasure to see you, bro. How's everything? I don't list Africa TV because I don't capture the comments, which is funny because I can capture DLive comments, but I don't get any views there. I do get views on Africa. So anyway, we're kind of near my house. That's a military base across the street. I guess about 2 weeks ago, I did a little driving stream, and this is the opposite way. I'm going to go all the way into a parking garage. So you're watching while you're doing grocery shopping. Oh, that's pretty cool. Beautiful day today. Gosh, we had that typhoon last weekend, and it didn't actually do anything discernible, just dumped some rain, but it cleans the air, that's for sure. So I want to welcome everyone and thank my sponsor. In the upper left hand corner you see iVideo.com. Actually, I'm looking at these icons. I think I'm gonna make them a little smaller even though they're transparent. Look, military Jeep just came out. Okay. I don't think anybody really here feels like they're on high alert. This guy just opened his door right in front of me. People do that all the time. They expect you to jerk your car out of the lane, but there's cars in the oncoming lane. You have to prepare yourself in advance for things, and I have resolved myself to the fact that I'm going to take somebody's door off rather than risk a head-on collision in the opposite lane I'm not supposed to be in. All right. As you can see, Taiwan, we drive on the right like North America, but you'll notice that the traffic lights are horizontal, and we have a lot of those circular signs that they have in Europe. So in some respects, it's almost like, from what I've seen, I haven't been to Italy, but it's almost like from movies and photos I've seen of driving in Italy. Everything's in kilometers, of course. And the metric system has always been a problem in the United States. I know that, I remember when to the metric system, but people just didn't understand how it worked. I remember a lady talking about how tomatoes in the store, everything's more expensive by the kilogram. Well, what do you mean? And so, basis over here, we're forced to, because unless you're talking to somebody from England or somebody from North America, you're talking about a mile. What? What's that in kilometers? Here, what's that in miles? Oh yeah. But see these pylons? When I was first in this neighborhood, these didn't exist. Attention to them. So Okay, sorry about that, Ken. Thank you. So, you know, I can't tell you how many times I have been on this road, and it's been a hill that people can't see over, and yet they're passing. They're on the wrong side of the road. Because here, on the other side of the lane, in the States, you'd be dead. But here, see, down this windy road, people are so lazy about staying in their lanes that they just, it's in and out, in and out. Crazy. So they got to put these pylons up, and you see a lot of them are dinged up and dented, and they haven't been up that long. Some of them are completely missing. Now the other thing too, you'll notice the scooters interlaced. See, scooters have a separate traffic flow from cars, which has always annoyed me. You know, I look out and see this person's on the right hand side gonna go left. Look at this. I mean, come on. I look out my right hand mirror more than I look out my rear view mirror, you know, the center one, because there's always some scooter trying to pass me on the right. But here's what happens. Because they allow a separate traffic flow, scooters have basically, scooter drivers' mentality, if you will, or viewpoint has degenerated to where they don't have to follow traffic laws. So it's not just that don't have to follow traffic flow. They do all kinds of stuff like drive on the wrong side of the road. I mean, the other day, hit Phoenix and I because she was cutting across 4 lanes of traffic in the pedestrian crosswalk on a scooter. And I grabbed Phoenix and I motioned to the lady to get out of the way, you know, and of course she looks at me like I have the problem. But yeah, it can be mayhem. But it's nothing like Thailand or Southeast Asia in general. And recently, a lot of things that you didn't used to be enforced are starting to be enforced with some heavy violations. But one thing I think that's really cool that you can do here is that you can put different colored lights on your car. I mean, if you have a blue light that's blinking on your car, nobody is stupid enough to think that you're a police officer. And you know, like in the States, they would instantly pull you over and give you a ticket for having a blue light or something. It's just, let's just say they're overzealous. So I know you can't comment on Periscope after the fact, but on YouTube and on DLive you can. So please let me know what you think about me putting the rotating icons in the very bottom left corner, because I'd like to know what you think. So iVideo.com.tw, we're using their battery bank Wi-Fi box. It's up on my dashboard, and I'm getting the best signal that I can get in 4G, and they have a really great coverage, and it's cheap. It's so cheap that it's less expensive than contract services. And the reason I like the Wi-Fi box is because I can connect more than one thing to it. When I went to buy a tablet, I've always had Wi-Fi boxes myself, even before I was sponsored by iVideo.com.tw. And so when I went to buy a new tablet, I didn't bother to get one that had 4G, you know, a SIM card. I just got a Wi-Fi only tablet, and it was significantly cheaper, and it just connects to my Wi-Fi box, and that's perfect. So the battery lasts about 20 hours, and it does have, you know, a USB output, so you can charge your phone at the same time, whatever you want to charge. So it's nice. Works great. And just one more plug. Depending on what platform you're viewing on, or no, I shouldn't say on, depending upon what platform you are viewing, either in the video description or in the profile description, you'll find a 10% discount code in a URL, and it's good for every single time you use their service. Airport pickup and drop off, and not at the SIM card line, because it's so fast. Boy, these days the worst thing about traveling is not the TSA. It's going to a foreign country and trying to get internet service with a SIM card. You stand in the line, it's longer than security. Well, you can avoid that with a pre-purchase, and they can even send it to you. Yeah, I just can't say enough good about them. Really great people to deal with too. All right, I'm taking the back roads today. I'm not taking any highway, and yep, just cut right in front of me. Yeah, I'll stop and protect your life. You notice there's no sidewalks. The people who built, this city and allowed it to be developed did not have a clue how to build modern infrastructure. So we're dealing with 1940s thinking. And a lot of it is like that here. And what happens is, in my neighborhood, they recently redid all the sidewalks. And they're huge. They're big, wide boulevards. They're beautiful, but now all the Southeast Asian guys are using them for their electric scooters, and I'll actually come up to pedestrians and beep for them to get out of the way, and whatever they do, I turn around and I yell at them. But the thing is there is a sidewalk, and yet yesterday I saw a woman walking down the street. It's just so ingrained in people to walk on the street. See this lady here on the left? There's no place for her to walk. She has to walk there. This guy on the right, he's going through a crosswalk, but when he gets on the other side of the crosswalk, there ain't no sidewalk. It's amazing. Even when there are sidewalks, often the businesses use that as real estate for expansion out front. I remember one time I was talking to somebody on a sidewalk, and it was in front of a store, and the boss lady had racks of clothing outside that she was trying to sell, and she came out and chastised me for bothering her customers. I looked at her, I looked at the ground, at the street, and I said, this is public property. This isn't your store. And she wouldn't accept that. It was amazing. She actually argued with me about that. Incredible. So, yeah, land use and so forth, can be a real issue. All right, I am almost at my destination, so I want to go down into this little parking garage and show you what it's like. In Taiwan, most parking garages now are converting over to number plate identification systems using cameras, and it makes it really nice. There's no chip, and there's no card or anything that you have to get. You just drive up to the gate. It takes a picture of your license number, and then later on you just plug your license number into the machine and select your photo, and then you pay it, right? So this one still uses chips. And so here we go. I want you to see, this is very typical. You guys are might be shocked at how small it is. So I'm taking my chip, which in Chinese we call a piao ka. Piao means ticket, and ka is a loan word which means card. And so everything is always really tight down here. And so what I'm going to do is just do this. A small underground lot, and I'm just going to go over here and back in around the pole. Hey Coco, how you doing? All right, Coco, I'm going to the dentist. I got to get a tooth pulled, and it's not because it's you know, decayed or anything. It's that I don't have a matching tooth. It's a bottom tooth in the very back, and I don't have a corresponding matching tooth for the front. And as you probably know, that's no good. And the tooth continues to grow out, and it eventually ends up biting the jawbone on the opposite side, and it's pain. So yeah, I had the exact same situation on the other side years ago. Now that is my parking radar, and they're also going to give me what he calls, and I'm not sure if it's the right term, the occlusal splint. It's a appliance that I can wear in my sleep that'll protect the TM joint, and yeah, like that. So, and I just arrived, so there you go. Coco, give me a shout sometime, you know, send me an email, let me know what you're doing. All right, you guys take care. I'm here, and we had a little drive through town. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought, so I'm gonna stop over here and I'm gonna get a coffee. But the dentist wears a mask, so he doesn't have to worry about coffee breath. Yeah, thank you with that, because you know, once I did have an anesthetic reaction. I had a root canal, and I wrote about it on my blog. The title is called "How to Scare Your Wife." I basically lost like 3 days of my life. I laid in bed. I woke up. It was like the middle of the week, and I went really stupid. I couldn't operate the shower. I couldn't operate the toilet. It was amazing, but didn't do any permanent damage. So, but it did take me a while to recover. I remember when I first kind of came out of it, I was trying to type on the computer, and I had to really stop and think where the letters were. And I've been typing since high school. I took typing in high school, so that, yeah, that's pretty scary. And I noticed that it did change the way I play guitar a little bit. So yeah, out late as usual. Yep, okay. Oh, I see. Okay, you're out late. No, you're never late. No. The thing about, you know, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hope so. Phoenix says hi. She always wants me to say hi to you whenever I see you online. I'll let you guys know, and if I have an anesthetic reaction, I'm not going to be on for a couple days. Hopefully I won't, because the last, you know, 10 times I haven't. So, all right, you guys, take care. Thank you so much, and we will see you later. Oh, by the way, Andreas is having some issues. We may not be able to do the Bootsy tasting on Thursday. I talked to Win last night, and she's willing to do it, but I think I want to wait for Andreas and have us three together. So the beer factory still can happen. So I'm gonna post all that stuff and let you guys know. So thank you very much. You guys take care. Bye bye.